Welcome back to the Mel Robbins Show. We're back talking about victimhood and people who can't move on after a breakup. And I'm here with Deborah, who's been living in a fantasy world. She admits it, that her married ex-husband of 13 years is going to come back, and her best friend Susie says enough is enough. So I want to go back to the quote that I shared at the top of the show. It's important to realize that you can miss something, but not want it back. You did this with alcohol. You got sober. How long have you been sober?
It'll be 33 years next Wednesday.
Incredible. Incredible. So your life in the last 33 years is a testament to the fact that you can miss something and not want it back.
Absolutely. Oh.
And see, what has happened is you swapped the alcohol addiction with codependency.
I didn't want to do that.
That's okay. I understand you didn't. Don't make yourself wrong.
I know.
Okay?
I know. And
this
I know
is an awakening
I
to,
know.
And codependency is what they call a love addiction.
No, I did not know that.
Well, this is very powerful. I was researching this for you. And what I learned about codependency is really incredible. Because what you do is you medicate and soothe your pain. And the pain that you're soothing is the emptiness that you feel inside.
It is.
And when you attach it to somebody else and they leave, you then start to cycle and wish for that thing that you thought filled it.
Oh,
remember what you said. What did you just see?
That's what I did. I've been told that, but I couldn't realize it. I didn't want it.
That did it.
Yeah, I did.
What is it what's the epiphany that you've had that has you really get this? And what is it that you're getting?
The epiphany is, I always knew I was, but I didn't look at it that way. I thought there was something else going on.
Well, you hear the word codependency, and it's sort of one of these
Yes,
words, it's a
it
little
is.
like woo-woo up here.
Yes.
And when you say it as a love addiction, it's like,
Now
holy
that's-
cow. And what happens is your thinking about the relationship becomes the obsessive and addictive
that's the
behavior.
key, what you just said to me right there. That's it. It's a love addiction.
Yes. Now, here's the catch. It never fulfills the emptiness that's
No.
inside you.
No.
Because the love addiction is pointed out of you. It's just like with alcohol. We all
Yeah.
reach for alcohol or whatever it is that our addiction is in order to soothe us and distract us from the thing that's causing us pain. You're reaching for a relationship that doesn't exist
Yeah,
anymore.
I am.
To distract you and soothe
Yeah.
your pain.
Absolutely.
You look different right now.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's true.
I believe it. I did never look at it as a love addiction.
Do you still go to AA meetings occasionally?
I do, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to talk to your sponsor. And I want you to find a program, since 12-step programs have
Yes.
worked well for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
I want you to find a 12-step program for codependency.
Yes, I've been introduced to that.
Okay, well, you need to go.
But I didn't want to be in codependency, and I knew it was something that would maybe help me, so that.
I think it's the word codependency.
It is.
It's the fact
It
that you're
is.
dealing with a love addiction.
Wow.
And that's exactly
Wow.
what you've been dealing with. And it's why,
Yes.
by the way, you don't feel the things that you want. Because you're so focused on
Yes.
this fantasy
I am.
that you're addicted to
Yes.
telling yourself
Yes.
that you think that's the way.
Yeah.
Keeping this alive, keeping this
Yeah.
connection, living in
Yes.
this fantasy,
Yes.
that's going to give me this.
Yes.
It gives you the opposite.
I would have never thought.
And the way that you're going to get love, respect, honor, appreciation is by going in here and doing the work to learn how to do that for you. Which means when you drive by his exit, you don't think about him. You can be like, yeah, see you later, out of my life, right?
Yeah.
Now, for you, one of the things that I noticed that you said immediately, one of the first things you said is that the calendar runs her life. So one of the things that I would love for the two of you to do is I would love for the two of you to go through the calendar, and I want you to co-create new things that will have her love, respect, honor, and appreciate herself. Okay, so Susie, your job,
Great idea.
keep her in reality. She starts singing the same old fantasy song, you remind her of reality. We're going to take a photo of this together so you can text her the photo and be like, get back in reality, girl. And you get to your meetings, do the work. If you've tackled addiction of alcohol, this will be like, boom, we got it. We'll be right back.